Now, the US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton has told an international conference in Washington that America is committed to creating an AIDS-free generation. It's a bold aim, especially since the US capital itself was one of the highest rates of HIV infection in the country. At almost 3% of the city's population, it is well into epidemic levels. Our health and social care correspondent Victoria Macdonald has been finding out why.
How you doing today? We offer free HIV testing.
This is the front line in the fight against AIDS in Washington.
Free HIV testing in the community.
With the added incentive of a $10 supermarket card.
How you doing, young fella? We offering free HIV testing day.
Locals are lured into a van, given an HIV test.
You ready to actually take your HIV test? You come on, you follow me, and we'll take care of you.
And the result comes within 20 minutes.
Cool.
Negative.
You say negative?
They've come to this community because it's poor and it's predominantly African American. And that is where the heart of the HIV epidemic is, in the nation's capital. And it's an epidemic that's being fueled by people who don't even know they're infected.
You take your actual HIV test in here.
Not only does Washington have one of the highest rates in the country, what officials are now seeing is a dramatic rise in women becoming infected. In districts like this, it's as high as 1 in 8, largely driven by poverty.
Many of these women are single heads of household. Many of these women are engaged in relationships that may be that the male partner says, I don't want to use a condom, I don't want you to use a condom. But the question becomes, if that male partner is the one that's providing for your kids, is providing for your family, providing for your rent, providing for your mortgage, how do you negotiate that?
The high numbers in women are in part, though, because they are more likely to be tested.
Can I just ask you why you decided to do it today?
I do it all the time. It ain't only today. I do it every day. I even do it when I go to my regular doctor.
But the authorities are struggling to reach the men. Donald Head is unusual in that respect. He was tested and, to his shock, was infected. His partner had not told him she was positive.
What do you think is the block for African American men being prepared to be tested?
They have this foolish pride where they think that HIV can't touch them, or that, or this is not going to affect me. And they really don't take heed until it touches someone in their family or it touches them.
Is that how you felt? HIV won't touch me?
Being as though I just had one mate, I never felt it necessary that I needed to use condom barrier protection.
What officials now need is more men like Mr. Head to be tested, because the frightening estimate is that 20% of people in Washington, and indeed across the country, who are HIV positive don't even know it.
First of all, if they get tested, they're less likely to spread the disease. And second of all, if they get tested, we can get them on medication, which will, first of all, preserve their immune status, and second of all, help them stop spreading the disease. So testing is a critical step.
The message, though, at this year's International AIDS Conference in Washington, and especially from the US government, is hugely optimistic.
The United States is committed and will remain committed to achieving an AIDS-free generation. We will not back off. We will not back down. We will fight for the resources.
But skeptics say, given the evidence on the ground here in Washington, there is a long struggle ahead. The symbol of that no more poignant than the AIDS quilt laid out on the Capitol's Mall. A panel to represent the life of someone who has died. It's now 1.3 million square feet.